There's like 5 cops standing around. I just whacked like 3 of them. They were on their on foot.
So you decided, fuck the police. You're just gonna embrace the side of the law you're on.
Oops. I got one of my tires. Boom.
They got your tires. That's not good.
Not very good control when you're not
Oh, those
got
things.
a wheel that's bad.
Those things will slide all over the place.
Kind of affects the handling, you know what I mean?
Oh, there we go. So I think my sound effects are coming through, but have I now set it so my sound effects aren't coming through?
Oops.
Oops. What's oops? You still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm busy trying to evade the cops.
Where's my waypoint?
It's almost amazed that they haven't killed me. Kind of got my stuff stuck in a construction zone. Box all over the place.
Oh.
Boy, I'm stuck now, man.
Well, we are the chopper in the sky here. Check out the traffic report for you. Local traffic on the 7s. And so far we see some fairly empty roads. Looks like... oh, there's some cars.
I might be getting out of this.
Now the question is, where is Brian? Because we want to make sure we guide all our listeners to stay away from him.
Stuck in this construction zone, dude.
All right, so there are the cops. Oh, well now the question is, do we? Oh, well here we go. Let's take out the cop copter.
That's not a cop car. That was coming toward. Oh no, I think they got 2 tires now.
There we go. There. That should help clear the path.
Ooh, man, that was close. You got the other guy.
I was aiming for the cop, and the missile went a little haywire. I thought it might have got your car by accident.
Actually, my car's on fire.
Oh, time to find a new car.
That guy got off.
Wow, my missiles are going nowhere near the red square that it says it's going for. Oh, now I got a copter coming after me.
We'll shoot him down.
Well, I'm too close. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. It's above me. It keeps trying to evade my missiles, I think.
Good. Stole another car. Man, I'm
That would have
like
been too
good at
close.
This or just stupid lucky? I think it's stupid lucky. I think I just stole this lady's family station wagon.
I tried to do a little kamikaze thing there by taking out both our copters at the same time, but I think their copter fared fine. But now I am I love this. I've pissed off the police by shooting at them, and I jump out with a rainbow multicolored, highly visible parachute. This is clearly the parachute a criminal should use.
I think they've activated all the cops in this one.
Well, you
Usually I only get 3 or 4.
and oh, someone's shooting at me. I was gonna look at the billboard I crashed into, but we got people in the chat room. And OX64 says the sound effects are good. Dune says it's all a bit low, like the way you forsake Dune for an old t-shirt. Oh, it's not that t-shirt. It's, well, yeah, it's the t-shirt. OX64 needs more cowbell. I need to get a weapon and look at where the bullets are coming from, because I am getting murdered out here. So I need to be doing the murdering. There we go. Man, you really brought out the all the police here.
I don't why they quite know why they haven't managed to kill me. I mean, the cops are kind of stupid.
Yeah, I think I need to run because they're gonna kill
let's see
me.
if this station wagon go fast enough on the freeway.
So there's my mistake. I'm not in a car right now.
Right.
Oh no! Popo! Alright, here's a parking lot. On the other side of barbed wire.
Oops.
Oh man, come on, let me climb a fence. There, that looks like a good car. No, take your time. Don't worry about the bullets flying at you.
Exactly. There's a car. Ooh. I like it how they come up with their door as their target, so you just hit them in the door. I like it even better when they open the door and you get the guy that's trying to get out to shoot you.
So now, what's our goal here in this new method of playing Grand Theft Auto you came up with? Is
It's
step
just fun.
just piss off the police and see how long you survive?
And listen to all the statements that they make. You know, stop the car.
Yeah.
Put it in park. It sucks that I got that helicopter after.
Yeah, helicopters are not fun.
It usually doesn't bode well for the vehicle.
Whoa, we got explosions now. Usually explosions aren't the police, though. Wow, what is blowing things up? Well, I'm just getting out of here because that was a little too much cop action for my comfort. Hey, Brian, if I knew it was going to be that kind of a party, I'd have stuck my dick in the mashed potatoes.
Not sure why you do that, but it's funny.
That's an old joke.
Now, does my voice come through with the screen?
Yes. Yes, Dune, Mod Pro, OX64, they're all listening to us, and they're all watching my camera angle, which I was going to try to look at what you were doing, but I got my own police problems right now.
Right.
So I might try to find a way to ditch them long enough to lose my 1 at level so I can see what you're doing. But I can't seem to find a spot where they don't find me. Now who's that dude? I think that's you. You're on the you're in the tunnel, right?
Yep.
All right, we found Brian. I found another roadblock. If I can get on the right side of the road, I can do this a little less collision-y.
Hey, that roadblock is going for the wrong lane.
Well, that was for me.
I'm not going that way. Dumbass.
That was for me. I was on that side of the road, but now I'm not.
Oh, I see.
You're doing a little better than me tonight so far, it looks like. Oh, there we are.
Oh, there you are. All right.
All right, let's ditch these cops. Let's see if I can get up the mountain. Nope, I guess not.
They're not very good. Like in that maneuver, they should have been able to get in front of it, but they couldn't. Not smart enough. Just go around that road.
Oh, one of them ran me into someone's backyard.
Another two cops couldn't manage to stop it. Here's one that's gonna block. Boom! Got him.
Well, that's a dead end.
You know, when a car is racing at you, don't stand outside of your car. Another cop.
Dune writes
They
in.
haven't had this much fun in this fun game.
Dune writes in. I'm having a cup of coffee at 8 p.m. because Johnny. Who needs coffee when you got this kind of excitement? Sparky Toaster writes in, Brian is used to this. This is life in California every day.
That's right.
I think that's more Southern California. Is
Tires are sparking their speeds. I think he got one of my tires.
yeah, I don't have tires anymore. So,
You're speeding along on rims.
well, no, I'm speeding along in whatever direction the truck that is dragging me is pushing me towards. Because I have lost control of this vehicle, and I have now taken it off the road to find a nice grave for it.
Okay, I'm going through that tunnel that's right by that military base.
Okay.
No need to go in there because they'll just kill you.
Yeah, did they kill you?
No, I'm not going in there. I just went
Okay.
through that tunnel. They've killed me a number of times. Actually, I went in there with a helicopter and I got too low, and they started shooting at me and killed me.
I'm driving around the hills and slowly making it really easy for the helicopters to follow me and continue. Yeah,
Kind of off road. Oh, that was easy to
Do I have any options to get out of this? Alright, where's it? Oh, let's see. Maybe Lester can help me.
I want to get away from the cops long enough so I can.
What do you need exactly? Okay, so you're in serious trouble and you need my help. Okay.
Yeah, shoot at that big truck. See if you can hear it.
There we go. And just like that, the police don't want me no more. Now let's see if I can find Brian here so we can see what you're doing. Now Dune is in Philly. He got a warning due to a high homicide rate from his travel agency.
Oh, in Philly?
Yeah. Well, not all homicides are murder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Oops, spin again.
Although Dune's traveling, so Dune might be feeling a little naked these days. All right, let's get ourselves a helicopter. These cars will act like they've never seen a helicopter appear out of thin air in the middle of the highway before. All right, so Brian, how's your police chase going right now?
Oh, still good. There's cops all over the place. Now I'm pretty far north.
Yeah, you're up there.
What's happening? What's going on? Hope y'all riding around doing your motherfucking
Now, Sparky's suggesting that Dune should put on a do-rag and they'll leave him alone.
So if you're riding around, keep it
Half of them might.
and this here's something special all the way from
All
Big
right.
This motherfucker
Now I'm
is
in a
called
big
No.
truck.
Right
Dump
here
truck.
on
The Dune writes in, Johnny, you know how I do that Johnny whiny voice? I just did it. Not all homicides are murder. Yeah, that was a joke.
Oh, well, okay.
I mean, it's
I
true.
got that wrong.
But
What would be homicide versus what's murder?
no. It's a true statement. But I was saying the joke was that would be a reason why Dune shouldn't worry about the high homicide rate. And I flew a little too close to the military base, and so now all the cops are after me again. Alex64 writes in, and like that, he's back in trouble. Yeah, but I'm in trouble with a helicopter. And although I do have a lot of stars, so they should be sending helicopters after me, but it's easier to evade the helicopters when they haven't found you yet. So I'm doing pretty good at evading the police in my chopper.
I don't think the cops are around right now. I think it's just a whole bunch of cop cars.
So I'm trying to figure out where you ended up, because you're not where you were when I started flying this direction. Oh, you know, I forgot to take
This truck is it's slow.
I forgot to take the lens cap off. There we go. That's better. All right, so let's see if we can find our friend Brian. Oh, he's over there now. Oh, X64 thought I was pulling a Sir Bars. Wouldn't do that. I put the lens cap on the webcam during the week when I'm working, because sometimes I have to take an early morning call at 9 o'clock before I'm putting pants on, and generally I answer the call without selecting the camera. But just in case I hit the wrong button and turn on the camera when I'm not wearing pants, I got that extra layer of protection between me and what my coworkers don't want to see. So yeah, I put the lens cap on until I've put pants on. And I didn't actually take any calls today that I turned on the camera for, so I left the lens cap on all day. So I don't see any cops chasing you right now. What's going on? Do you have police on your tail, or?
Trapped by the cops, but instead managed to.
Well, I got a little too close.
You on the helicopter?
Yeah. No, this is the I-5 in the sky here with the Brian Blues report. He's got a slow ass truck.
That's right. How many cops did you see?
Well, there's one right on your tail right now, and there's a few other back there, but there's really only one that's keeping up with you. And now you've just crossed over to the right way. Oh, we got a helicopter coming in after you now. Not anymore.
All right. Comes the cops crossing over. Boom! Boom! Once in a while, you'll see some. Whoops! They didn't need that fence.
No. So now you got a few cops around you, in front of you, two behind you, and I'm a little worried I'm going to blow you up if I try to blow them up. But you've managed to dodge them and keep on going.
Like that little zigzag technique I did.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take some of them out.
Man alive, they just keep showing up. That's unfair.
Well, they have infinite resources. They could just spawn more cop cars in. This game is not based that much in reality. My helicopter.
Guy, are you out of your car? Yeah. Watch this. Boom. That
Boom.
guy's flattened.
I'm leaking smoke right now because the cops keep shooting at my helicopter. I don't know how much longer this is going to hold out. I think I might need to break this off and try to get myself to someplace safer to crash, because I'd rather not crash in the middle of a bunch of cop cars if I could avoid it.
How many cops do they have up here? 5.
So I'm going to break off and head on out into the
Off the car, we have
head out to the beach here, maybe. See if I can evade the police. I'm not crashing yet, so I think I'm going to stay airborne for as long as I can here. See if I can evade the police and then land gracefully. But we'll see how that goes. All right, I'm out of range, but there's a helicopter coming in on me. Oh, they got me in this scope again. And I might be able to pull this off. I just might. If I could just get out of range long enough. I only got 3 stars. I don't know why they're after me so much.
There's just got this roadblock there that, well, I'm in the other lane, so it doesn't matter where he is.
Uh-oh. This is not... Oh, okay. All right. I'm going down. Ships are going down. Ships are going down.
Oh boy.
Down, down, down. Although I evaded the police, and now I need to come in for a rough landing. Like butter. There we go. There we go. Pulled it off. All right. Now we're at the old rundown house of the crazy lady that likes to have sex with the other characters in the story mode game. Apparently she likes it pretty rough, from the little quotes that have been made from that house while the controller starts vibrating. But let's take a look. I don't think there's any way into this house. I didn't realize this house had a balcony around it. How about that? Is that a cum stain on the roof?
Get out of there, girl.
Yeah.
I'm taking your car.
All right. Well, I got to get me a vehicle to come find you. So let's see. Let's see where my vehicle is.
Changed cars again. Successfully. Got rid of that stupid slow truck.
Let's see. Do I have my oppressor out of the garage? We'll find out what vehicle I have shortly here. Hopefully it'll deliver something to me soon. I requested a vehicle, but nothing's showing up. Oh.
All right, coming up on that tunnel.
They delivered my vehicle
Whoa.
here.
Hitting this other big truck was not a good idea. Lost my hood.
That's not good. Wait a
Got
minute.
that vehicle right now.
Where's
Yeah,
that?
I'm sure. Tires is gone. Leaving a trail of spark.
My God.
Boom.
Why? What use is delivering my vehicle over there when I'm over here? This mechanic, I need to fire him. Let's see. Can I just cut across this gorge? That was a nice, refreshing swim. Sparky Toaster writes in, Johnny needs a jetpack. That would help.
Oh, I got 5 other cars going the other direction.
I need a rock climbing kit is what I need.
Cop cars, that is.
So this is what your latest...
Reinforcements.
This is your latest game, is antagonize the police and see how long you survive.
Woohoo! That was not a good thing. I
What?
spun off the road.
Uh-huh.
If I can get back up there, I'm below the highway. Are you in a helicopter?
No, I'm in a jet car.
Oh, okay.
But
You
I'm
see
on...
where I am.
I'm on the other side of the map, so I'm jetting my way across the map as the crow flies. Well, that's not good.
Okay. I think I'm safe from the cops right now. 'Cause I went up the highway and the car went into the ditch. I'm on this beach. Cops. Not sure if I even
Okay, so the police aren't looking for you now, or are they still looking for you, but you're in a safe place, or...
I hear cop cars in the distance.
Ah. Now, Sparky Toaster writes in, remind me never to let Johnny drive my 69 Camaro.
Oh yeah, you know why. Here's why you don't want to drive, because that extended warranty won't cover that.
No,
'Cause you'll be
no.
racing it.
Nothing I do with a car in Grand Theft Auto is covered by any warranty. You floored the jetpack as you went up a mountain and became airborne for several seconds. Yeah, that's not covered by the warranty.
See if I can get one of these cars to stop. Steal it. Might be a nice one. Coming fast. Da, 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 da. Poor girl. You have to find another way home.
I'm just trying to find the quickest way to the other side of the map you're on. Of course, by the time I get there, you'll probably be on the side of the map I started on.
Okay, you don't need to rescue me because I've just stolen a car.
Oh, no, I don't want to rescue you. I just want to
On
see
the
what you're
highway.
doing.
The cops aren't with me. I think they gave up the chase.
So you have no stars in your top right corner?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you evaded them.
Absolutely.
Oh, look, a church.
Like, how did that even happen?
Let's check this out. I found a church. Something's beeping. Usually that means there's something to find.
So apparently this lady was listening to reggae, so that's what I got on.
Okay.
It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. like there's something in the church. Does it let me in? No.
I don't understand a word of it, but
Yeah, man.
I could have understood that if he'd said Yaman.
There's something beeping here. Is it on top of the building? Can I get on top of the building? Maybe if I drive my way up there? Whoops. Well, I think I killed someone outside of a church.
Damn. What's up?
I killed someone that was doing some gardening outside of a church by accident. Plowed right over him. But no, I cannot drive up the side of the church to figure out if the beeping is coming from the roof. A dude going at WTF. Well, I was trying to get on top of the church. Because I don't know. The beeping means there might be something in game. It's just an NPC. That's all that was.
Was the guy coming out of the church?
No, I was just doing some gardening outside the church. Probably a volunteer.
Oh, gardening.
Yeah. Probably the type of guy
he was straight with he was straight with Jesus.
Exactly. He's good. He's good. He died helping the church.
Right.
Died doing what he loved.
Oops! I almost hit this guy. Oops! 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 Hey, watch where you're going, man.
So now we've reached the point.
Drowned the car. I'm on the beach. You know, the main beach in town.
The main beach in town.
Right by the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, I am not there. Let's, Oh, there you are. Alright, I got some more flying to do. To catch up with you.
That was not, I think I ruined my car. It's upside down in this runoff. Maybe it's a sewer line.
You're in a sewer line now?
Well, no, I'm right at the exit of the sewer.
Uh-oh.
Somebody's shooting. Is that somebody shooting at me?
Probably. It's not me. I'm not there yet.
Oh, this ain't working, man. Are you flying or driving?
Yes.
Driving.
I'm driving, and at times I'm flying.
Oh, that's right. You're the rocket car.
Yes.
So I'm going to try to flip this car over. It doesn't seem, it seems like it wants to spin. Very slowly. No attempts to flip it over. I'm just completely 180 upside down.
Now I'm trapped in this yard.
I always jump up and I hear machine gun fire and various explosions. Is that your helicopter?
No. Not me. Darn. This door is too small. Nope.
Trying to figure out what I'm doing.
And now Sparky wants to know if I could somehow screen capture Brian's screen. Well, we've tried to do that, but for some reason Brian's computer doesn't show the window as a shareable window the way my computer does. And I'm not sure what, that may be a function of his GPU versus my GPU. or that could be a problem between the chair and the keyboard, but we haven't quite figured that out yet. But
I'm jumping out of this car. This helicopter by this other guy has left.
I mean, because it would make the most sense if Brian's going to share a screen to share it straight to the StreamYard. But for one thing, when he jumps into the StreamYard, his bandwidth cuts way low. Although we haven't even tried that today.
Yeah, because I'm actually I haven't jumped long enough to.
Oh, hey, it's another church. Is anyone doing any gardening here today? All right, you know what? Let's not run over other church volunteers. Let's take them out with a gun instead.
Well, it was a mistake, honest mistake, right?
Yeah, I whoops, figure slipped. All right, let's get out of here.
T-Bird. Fuck your car now. Here. Probably a Range Rover.
Wow, that only got me 1 star. Out of the way, jerk ass. All right, I made it to the beach. I take it you're not here anymore.
Well, I'm on the wharf with a car,
Oh, okay.
and making people mad because I'm driving on sidewalks and hitting
It's
people
like a piece of gum that you chew for hours, and it gets blander and blander.
because chasing
and
me.
you realize
Yeah,
it's all your fault.
the green shirt thinks. Oh, yeah, it was his car.
Well, I would go to the wharf, but there are police over there.
That's gonna summon some cops. Damn it.
Oh, I think I managed to lose him.
This car's pretty good on sand.
So you're on the sand
So
now?
are you on the beach still?
Yeah, I'm heading.
Yeah, I'm driving on sand.
Okay, I'm driving on road near sand. All right, let's figure
Do
out.
I get off the sand?
Oh, you're on the other side of the pier. Let me come on over there.
Yeah.
There we go. I just flew past you. So let's see. What are you driving right now? You got a big ugly thing.
SUV.
Okay. All right. Let's go to where the action is. Oh, police don't seem to mind us doing a little drive around on the beach right now. That's good. Oh, they didn't like that. There we go. I'll be the
Were you
trigger.
shooting at them?
Yeah, I'm the trigger man.
That's what I thought. Good man.
You're listening to Blonde.
Oh, that was your car.
That's
I thought it was
okay.
a cop car at first. I was heading for it, and last second I go, oh, good, I missed.
Police are fine until Brian drives into them. Details. Minor details. Everybody evacuate the
there's a way to
beach.
get on the highway.
There's sharks. Uh-oh. We got a helicopter somewhere. I don't think I can reach them from
Got you
here.
shooting.
Yeah, I'm trying to shoot the helicopters.
Missed the turn. Oops, that was not a good driving maneuver. Another player that just passed her.
Yeah. Kind of drove through our little brouhaha.
Follow us.
Let's see, can I do... Oh, okay, I could do that. Whoa. What happened? So this is the game. See how many police we can evade, how long we can just drive around in mayhem. And
Boom!
Oh.
I did hit the guy.
oh, they sent the SWAT
That's the
team.
goal.
Oh, I hate these windy roads.
You hate him?
Oh yeah, I mean, they're hard to get around in.
Nope. Another player. Trying to see what the action is. Part of the action. He just hit me.
That's okay. I'm shooting at him.
That was stupid. He got out of his vehicle. You know, the vest might be able to stop bullets, but it can't stop cars from crushing you.
No, that it can't.
Here we go. Boom.
Oh, missed him.
Managed not to hit the guy.
Oh, this guy wants in on the action too. Oh!
No!
But he took himself out first.
Well, he was too close to us, the dumbass.
We made a
Oh, that was the
friend.
end of a good run.
We made a new friend. Now the question is, where is this dude? This a dude?
Ah, take a swim in the pool.
Does it tell us who the name of the guy was that killed us?
What's that?
Did you catch the name of the guy who killed us?
Angio or something? Angio something or other?
Angio or something or other. Okay. Oh, he's got an oppressor. He was the wrong person to fuck with. He's gonna kill us now.
So the guy's after us.
Yeah, you see the little flying horse thing? Like the red flying horse on the map that's circling around me?
No, I'm not.
No, well, he just blew up my cop car.
Oh, I see. And he's after me.
Yeah, he's got a flying motorbike of missiles is what he's got. So he's
If I keep moving around, he won't get me. Amazing what you can do when you're on foot.
All right. Time to get my oppressor out is what I need to do.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
Let's see. Where do I keep my oppressor? Oh, no. My oppressor has been destroyed.
Back to it then.
I gotta go get an insurance claim on my oppressor.
Morse Mutual, we're here to help. I think we can handle that.
All right, there we go. Now I just need to request it to be delivered. And then we can find this dude. Dude actually came up to me while I was just standing in the middle of the field here on the side of the road, in the grass, and then drove away. I guess he didn't. There's no sport in it, so.
So he was done with us.
Well, for now, but now that I'm on an oppressor, I might be fair game again. So let's see if he's still around.
So there's this other guy I'm kind of after, just for fun to see who he is.
Yeah.
I think I lost him. Oh. Oh, there's these two guys.
I think we lost him.
Oh, I logged in on Sunday in the afternoon, and the damn thing was so busy, it took a long time to load, and then it had me in passive mode.
Oh yeah.
What the crap?
So you can't do anything, but no one can do anything to you.
Yeah.
But you can still die from an exploding car. So if you're driving around and they explode your car.
So I had to look up a YouTube video on how to get out of it.
Yeah, there's so many different settings. It's sometimes very non-intuitive how to do a simple thing.
Yeah, and you see this thing about passive mode, and then it's grayed out, so you can't do anything with it. Oh, you have to use the other method of passive mode. Why would one work and not the other?
That's stupid.
And then,
I don't know.
oh yeah, when you hit it, it takes 30 seconds to go to active mode. Well, that's because people are using it to, kill people, go into passive mode, and then they can't be killed.
Yeah, I think some updates recently came out from GTA, and there's been some complaints about it. Apparently, the Oppressor's missiles have been made to be less accurate to try to weaken the griefers that use it. And they also made it so that the Cayo Perico heist in solo mode, that you have to wait like 2 hours to do another run after you complete a run, which makes it harder for solo players to make money, which encourages the sales of more shark cards. So, fuck you, Rockstar. Fuck you.
Right.
Anyways.
Well, they got to make money somehow, so I kind of don't blame them, but yeah, it sucks.
I bought the game. Isn't that enough?
Yeah, but,
They keep...
you got people probably that are spending a lot of money on shark cards so they can be invincible. Well, what fun is that? Right?
Yeah.
Whoops. Oh, your rocket bike.
Yeah, I'm on the rocket bike.
Hot diggity. Didn't make that corner very good.
Yeah, these roads suck.
Well, it can be a good way to get away from the cops unless you get trapped by it.
Oh, that's right. That does that.
Through the playground.
That does that. Okay.
There shouldn't be kids there at night.
Hey,
I have interrupted some baseball games.
It's always fun. The silly things
Not killing them though.
the silly things the
That
NPCs
wouldn't be
do.
fair.
All's fair in love and baseball. Dude, that guy's trying to steal a second.
Oh, look at these people.
Shoot him. Yeah.
Oops. You fell off your bike.
Yeah, you pushed me into them. Okay, good. That scared him. Why would I want to get in that car? Come on.
Are you stealing their car? What are you doing?
I'm trying to get my motorbike. My rocket bike is upside down, so I need to push it to an upright position before he'll respond to the button command to climb on it. So, what's the deal with these dudes? Those dudes are honking at us.
First a dog?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on over there, but I don't want to find out.
Oops, a dog got in my car.
Dog got in your car. Oh,
Okay,
someone is playing as a dog.
You know, I saw that name before, but I couldn't see any person or whatever. Oh.
Whoops.
Racing me. Oh, you got me and the cop.
I was aiming for the
Well,
cop.
thanks for trying.
That's okay. I got the dog too, I think. I wonder if the dog's going to try to get revenge on me for that.
You guys are coming at me, I think.
Oh, good. They're coming at you.
But that let me steal a car.
They're honking at you. Well, now the cops are after me.
Yeehaw!
Ah!
What happened?
I fell off my bike when I crashed into a house.
Oh.
And now the police are after me, and the bike is upside down in a walkway between a fence and a house. This is not good.
Oh, the dog is with these guys.
Yeah. That's a hack, basically. So those are modders is what we got there. Because they know how to mod to play as a dog. So that makes them some kind of...
They got into a cop car.
Well, I got into a cop
Oops.
car.
Oh, that was you. Good job.
It's not in very good shape, though.
Are you guys working for the cops?
I don't know what's going on. Oh, man, I just drove towards them. Hello. Man, you got a real party going here, Brian.
I know it. There's another car with people, with players.
Yeah. Yeah, they're, I'm going to leave you to it and get out of here. Don't follow me. Those are the guys you want. I'm just nobody.
Yeah, but this is fun driving with them, right?
Yeah, you have fun with that. You're all gonna die.
Don't.
Excuse me, we're right again. Johnny made a bunch of enemies. The dude writes in church volunteers, now dogs. OX64 shakes his head.
Yep. All right. Thanks. What is this guy? Is there a guy in the air? It's funny, they come at you and then you just go, Dang.
I managed.
A nice tumble.
I managed to evade the police.
The guy in the guys in the blue van whacked me good.
Yeah, I'm thinking that van is some kind of a bullet-resistant vehicle to keep them safe from people and oppressors that would shoot missiles at them. So that's why I've not.
He came flying down from the air.
All right, let's see if we can find you. I think you're somewhere nearby. Oh, I need to go over here.
Hey, see, I got your police car upright again.
You got whose police car upright?
Crashed into an upside-down police car and ended up uprighted it.
Ah,
It's a service to the public.
whee!
Go tumbling down the hill.
Yeah, you didn't quite make it up the hill, did you?
It's backwards. That blue guy, yeah, that blue guy's gonna push me up the hill backwards. And he goes over me. Are you in a helicopter now?
No, I'm in the I got my rocket bike back.
Okay.
And it's playing the same thing that plays on half the radio stations in California right now. So yeah, who are these van people? They don't have a dog with them anymore though. They only got two of them. The dog was in red on the text. Now are they having? Whoa! Some people just disappeared. Oh, did they leave? No, they didn't. Oh, I think the dog's in a helicopter now.
Can a dog fly a helicopter?
This one can. Pretty sure that's the dog player that's in the
This car is
helicopter.
actually a good hill climber. You know, I like to kind of evaluate cars and see how their performance is.
I can't
This
see
one's
who's in there.
relatively fast, and oh, not only if you hit that big blue truck.
Oh man, that big blue truck is going all over the place.
Y aquí te ponemos Salgo pa' la calle del 2008 Daddy Yankee.
I think we found some people that are on the same level of play as us.
Why did it say paused?
Because they paused their controller.
That time it did not climb that hill.
When you go into the menu, it says paused. Okay. Oh, so now this
Okay,
dude's on a forklift, although I don't think it's a dog anymore.
A forklift?
Yeah, we got a forklift here. It don't drive very good off-road, but he's doing it. But I'm pretty sure K2 was the dog guy, right?
Yeah. K2 Maxi or something.
Yeah, he's driving a forklift now. Badly. Very glitchy. Very sliding all over the place.
Presence? Is there somebody in my car?
Well, the presence is one of those blue van people. And yeah, I think he's standing outside your car.
Oh, he was in my car and he just got out. I'm going to leave him behind.
Oh no, presence is someone else.
In my car. Because, in the car you really don't do much.
Let's see, the van is Hype224 and Rapo the Taco. Oh. Well, someone kicked me. You know what we should do? I'm going to turn my mic on to everyone and see if anyone else hears me.
Actually, I think mine is set up to everyone.
Oh my God! So they've been hearing half
I
a.
haven't heard anybody. What the hell's going on? Oh, there's a forklift.
Okay,
Yay.
so Brian, if your headset's to everyone, people have been hearing half a conversation, and I've turned my microphone on to everyone, so I can say, hey, if anyone is listening, like, let me know.
Oh no, I got a van in my car.
You got a van in your car?
I had to abandon my car
Oh.
since.
That makes more sense. Since it was on.
Hey, I'm going to get in the blue vehicle.
Oh, that'll end well.
See what they do.
All right. So you got in their blue van?
Whoa. Somebody got out.
Yeah, I saw that. So who's driving the blue van?
I don't see names.
So you're a passenger?
So yeah, so I'm in the back seat, and two guys are in the front. One guy's in a white jacket, and the other guy. Oops! What the hell was that?
That was another vehicle they crashed
Oh,
into.
the dog is in the car.
So once
See
again,
the dog.
if
Hello,
anyone
dog.
if anyone hears me, do let me know. You can type in the chat, or you can turn on your microphone and say, "Hey, we hear you,"
Boy, he's shooting at everybody.
because we're
Nice.
doing a little streaming here, is what we're doing. And wow, that exploded.
That's cool.
Our friend Brian here is going on an adventure. He got in a van with some strangers who offered him some candy, and they're taking him to. They're taking
That's
him.
right. And the candy was really good. And they also have guns.
Yeah.
They're just blasting away.
And they're gonna go take him for
Showing
some.
me a good time.
They're taking him for some more candy. Is
If
what?
these guys are not listening to us,
Yeah.
that's too bad. We are doing a live streaming show,
Yeah.
and you guys are the stars.
Well, yes, they are right now, aren't they? They have the big blue van. So we're just.
One guy's hanging, like riding the running board with his gun, and is shooting at everything that we're going by.
I think one of them.
Pretty awesome for a bad guy.
I think
Ooh,
one of them's shooting at me because I don't think they understand that I'm the cameraman. I think they think that I'm the missile man. But
Uh-oh.
My favorite.
oh, we just heard
What?
someone. Hello, who's that?
Yeah, who is that calling? Talking.
Colin.
Esto es justice. Stress.
So they got the camera on him?
I don't know. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, but the camera on the blue van, that is.
I'm a little behind, but I did have the camera on the blue van.
Right.
Yeah, I caught
Yes.
up.
Hey, guys, slow down for the cameraman. He's trying to catch up to
Well, I
us.
don't even know if that mic we heard was one of them.
I don't know. Oh, there you
Hello.
are.
Hello.
Hello. Who is this?
I'm the driver.
Yeah, hey, driver.
Hello
We're
there.
doing a live
Hello.
streaming on Twitch and YouTube.
And we just stumbled onto your van. Or you stumbled onto us. I
Yeah.
don't know. Brian here has just been trying to rile up the police and see how long he can evade them.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we just had lots of cops chasing me. Of course, then again, because Johnny was in the game, I think they just kind of they upped their game so more
Yeah.
cops could be chasing the both of us.
Now, do you
I like
hear?
that kind of shortcut?
Do you
That's
hear
my
both of our
favorite.
microphones? Are you hearing both of our microphones? Because I don't know how he's got his set up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good. Yeah, I take that type of shortcut too. Oh, into Los Santos Customs. Picks up your car.
Is this where they're taking you to get the candy? You got in the stranger's van.
I
They're gonna
guess.
get you some candy. Because that's what I always said. You want to get into the stranger's van. That's where you get the good candy. And they all left. It looks like. I think they abandoned their van. I think they left the lobby. Oh no, K2's still here, but he's not a dog anymore. I think they glitched us out. Is what just happened. I think they decided enough of these dudes. These dudes are weird. Let's crash their game. It is not responding. I don't even know if Brian's is crashed or not, or if it's just a glitch that just happened to happen. But I think they modded us into a. Because notice they were not very responsive. They were all just like, yeah. Like, all right, get rid of these dudes. All right, so I gotta force this closed now is what I gotta do and relaunch. So that was the first half of the show. So let's see if Brian's still in the game or not, and we'll figure out what we're doing the second half. If we're gonna do more of this or make new friends, or try to find old friends, or we got lots of options. But his game did crash. They totally crashed us.
Exactly. Did you get bumped out too?
Oh wait, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Hello, 1 2 1 2.
Dune writes in, ended in a stalemate. Hype of 224 writes in, it was a hacker who crashed us.
Bummer.
Hello, Hype V. Now, Hype V, were you? Hype V was the driver. He found our channel because I used the same name in both places.
Yeah. Good man. Good man.
Some good driving there.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was.
In fact, I think this was. For about a week, I've been going after the cops and seeing how long they chased me, trying to figure out how to evade them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'd go into a city street and I'd go one way, the cops are behind me, and then I turn around, come right at them, pass them, and then flip around again, go back and forth, just keep whacking them and whacking them.
Right.
Trying not to get stuck by them, trying not to get shot by them, and then figure out, okay, if this car is no longer very good, do I swap cars?
Right,
and
although
often that's successful if you're careful.
Right, because swapping cars when you're surrounded by 20 cop cars and 3 helicopters is always that doesn't always end well.
It's difficult, yes.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
Yeah, that's the difficult part there. So that was, Brian was saying that he's been doing all this, cop chasing and stuff, and wanted to show some of that off this week. So we made a Grand Theft Auto stream here for the first hour. But you jumped back.
Ended only by accident.
ended by hacker.
Apparently, yes.
Now right. we're all the players.
Hey, I got a Prime Video ad.
Yeah.
Jumping into the stream.
Okay.
We like to talk who the advertisers are, even though we're not getting paid for it. It's just some stupid shit that we do.
Brian likes to track the ads. But now, Hype
Who
V,
knows?
were you, like, all you in the blue van, you were all like a group together or something? Now, we noticed that there was, like, K2 was a dog at some point. Was that a hack, or is that not someone you know? But anyways, thank you for jumping into the stream and checking us out here. So you got an ad for Amazon Prime. You know what I like? Amazon got another streaming app called Freevee. Have you checked that one out?
No.
I
missed that one, I guess.
They got some, on-demand stuff, but they also got channels that just stream, back-to-back episodes of the same show. They got a Bob Barker Price is Right 24/7 stream. It just streams episodes of Bob Barker Price is Right back to back. I tell you, that is great. Now K2 is in the room. K2 was the dog.
Cool.
That we accidentally killed in an explosion at one point, I think.
Yeah, sorry, man.
We
like dogs.
We like dogs. I don't think he was only a dog, but at some point he was playing. I think that's what we saw, and that was cool. So yeah, tell us a bit about what you were doing, or were you just driving around a blue van looking for other players, or because that was a fun little round of chase the cops or run from the cops there. So Brian,
by the way, so we do this show on Monday evenings at about this time,
right? 8 to 10 Eastern.
So we've been on for about an hour,
which is what, 5 to 7 Pacific.
Yeah,
right. Because Brian's on the West Coast, out in the Bay Area, San Fran Bay Area, Greater San Fran Bay Area. Would you say Greater San Fran Bay Area, or
just the San Francisco Bay Area?
Okay, you're close enough to just be the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or sometimes I'll tell people I'm on the East Bay.
The East Bay. Oh, that's right. Of course, East Bay.
Oh, and the thing that got difficult. Usually we communicate through Twitch, and we use the PM to swap the link over. But this week, I went to Twitmo.
You went to Twitmo.
Yes. So that account is locked for 12 hours.
Oh,
it's something that I said that they didn't like.
You said something that Twitter didn't like.
Yes.
Because Brian...
They had me deleted, so I just deleted it. I don't care.
Because Brian has 2 Twitter accounts, one under his legal name and one under his Brian Blues name, because Blues is not his real last name. And heck,
yes.
I'm not even sure if Brian is your real first name, because I've not seen your birth certificate.
Oh.
You could be lying to us all.
Probably. Yes, I will not confirm or deny.
But Brian Blues is not allowed on Twitter. What did you say on Twitter that angered the Twitter gods?
Well, there was this person that was saying something about one of the people that got killed on January 6th.
Oh, okay.
And so I looked that person up and the details of it, and I said, "Oh well, that person deserved to be executed."
Oh,
fuck! That kind of opinion gets you into Twitmo?
Oh, okay. Well, that was speaking in favor of violence, so that would
I guess
that would be frowned upon. That would be wrong, is what that would be.
Even if the person was shot by the cops? I don't know if that. Who was the shooter?
You didn't clarify. I mean, the thing is that I guess you were trying to say is that if you're gonna mess with the cops, you're bound to get killed. But you said this person deserved to be executed, so that goes a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
that was probably a step too far.
I'm glad I'm not the person that has to make the call as to what is okay and what isn't okay. Because that gets very splitting hairs, nitpicky, and you're always going to be criticized because how can
now often in Twitter, particularly on the iOS app, I don't know about other places, if you use the F-bomb, it has a little pop-up that says, "Are you sure you want to say that?" So I'll use a little change. I'll say FX use UK, like nobody knows what that is, and that passes.
Well, I tell you, last year when we got back from our Disney trip, and we fly into the airport, and I didn't even finish our introductions. You're on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast in Massachusetts, not far from the Rhode Island border, close to Providence, but also within commuting distance of Boston.
Yeah, so greater Boston area.
Greater Boston area? Okay, yeah. I see Brian Dune, when I do my show with Dune always introduces me as being in Boston, and I'm not in Boston. I'm closer to Providence than Boston, so Boston isn't even the closest city to me, but it's probably the closest like known city because
Yeah, but if you cruise into Rhode Island, go through
Yeah.
Providence,
right.
before you know it, you're in Connecticut. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hardly a state that needs to exist.
No, it's just how it was set up, you know.
Right.
But anyways, what was I saying? I was starting to say something. Anyways, we haven't really opened up the show, because we just got right into the gaming on the top of the hour.
That's right, because I
And,
kind of got a head start there. Yeah.
So once again, you're tuned into everyone's favorite internet radio show,
Insert title here.
the show that changes names so frequently we just put a placeholder in, and we'll figure that out in post. But I'm Gators. That's Brian.
I'm Brian. Yep.
And I got a fridge problem.
A fridge problem?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Now,
Is this
you've
that,
had-
was it Whirlpool thing that you were dealing
It's
with?
it's still the Whirlpool thing. It's
Damn it.
So to recap, my fridge has started going haywire and has decided that, you know, my food just wasn't cold enough. Let's see how cold we can get this. And so I got the hard-boiled eggs. The shells are bursting because they freeze. And, you know, hard-boiled eggsicles are not tasty. I try- and thawed out hard-boiled eggsicles are also not tasty. They're all squishy and mushy. Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
that sucks.
Once the hard-boiled eggs and frozen, it's just it's game.
You know,
over.
I was never aware of that.
I wasn't either until I had to find out. But then again, I've been thawing them by submerging them in warm water, and I thought maybe once it's thawed, it should be. No, it's kind of mushy, not appealing. So I called the refrigerator repairman to come out because I know there's such a thing as a refrigerator repairman. The only thing I could tell you about the refrigerator repairman before my experience was that that's the dude that lets the butt crack hang out of his pants, right? That's
Right.
That's what
He was formerly a plumber.
I gotta tell you, none of these refrigerator repairmen had butt cracks hanging out of their pants. So I don't know.
Shoot, are they proper repair guys?
Well, maybe they're not former plumbers. I don't, because that's right. It's the plumber's crack. But I've also heard, basically, I've heard it referred to as doing the refrigerator repairman if you go boogie boarding and the wave is kind of rough enough that it pulls your bathing suit down a bit and you get a bit of crack going there. That they call that doing the refrigerator repairman. So that's where I got that from.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, these guys were kept their pants up, which is, you know, fine by me. But they didn't fix my fridge because the first guy came out and said, well, we've seen this problem before. Usually it's the thermistor and sometimes it's the control board. We tried to run the diagnostic tests, but the control board won't finish the diagnostic tests. So it might be the
Shit.
control board. But the control board's out of stock and the thermistors are in stock. So we could change the part that we think it's not. And I'm like, all right, go ahead and do it. So initial consult, initial visit, part, revisit, installing a part at the end of the day was $300 to get this new thermistor in. And a day later, my food's still freezing. So I go online and I look for the control board because now I know what it's likely to be. It's likely to be the control board. So why call these people back out who didn't fix it? And I find that the control board normally sells for $60 to $70, but no site I go to has it in stock. So I called Whirlpool. I look up their customer support phone number and I follow the phone menu and I get to the parts department and I tell them, well, I would like the control board for the fridge. And she does some typing. She goes, you know, all right, what's the model number of the fridge? I give it to her. She's like, what's the part? The control board. She goes, is that the electric control board? And I'm confused at the question because if you're
Electric
asking,
control. You mean is there one that's like a mechanical control board?
like, are you telling me there's more than one control board that you could talk to me about? Like, is there a gas-powered one that I should know about? I didn't realize.
Now, did you actually have a parts list that you go to?
Well,
To tell them, oh yeah, part number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Well, their website was a little confusing to follow the parts number. They had a lot of parts. They had a lot of lists. They had a lot of searches. I decided to call them. Now, OX64
In the
writes
good old days, they have a big old sticker on the back of the refrigerator that listed all of the parts.
OX64 writing in, you really messed up. You should have called Moore's Mutual Insurance. They would have fixed up your fridge instantly. Thank you, OX64. That they would have. Moore's Mutual, although they would have had it parked out in front of their building for me to pick up. So my fridge would start fading away from my kitchen, and Moore's Mutual Assurance would tell me that I could come pick it up in front of their building where it materialized. But anyways, so so at that point I'm like, yeah, the electric control board. Okay. Yes, we're getting more in stock. We should have that ready to ship next week. That'll be $140. Mind you, I have a page up in front of me that shows the same part for $70 but out of stock. And I'm like, $140? But every place else sells it for $70. And they say, well, ours is original manufacturer OEM parts. And I'm like, the web page I have up in front of me right now says right in their description, OEM manufacturer part, and they list it for $70. Why are you charging double? And they said, well, I don't know. That's just, I'm talking to a person at the call center. She can't help me with the price. So I said, all right, let me think about it. And I hung up. So I called back the fridge repair.
Let me just ask you one thing real quick.
Okay.
What is the return policy
of the control board?
Of the company. You're buying a part from them. What is the return policy?
That's a good question. I didn't look that up, but I will tell you how this is resolved. Although we're not fully resolved yet.
Okay, let me get on this, because what happens a lot is a person would go to Radio Shack, buy something knowing that it's overpriced, like a phone charger or whatever. So then they get their phone charged, buy another one for a lot cheaper. When that shows, they go back to Radio Shack with the one they bought from Radio Shack, and they return it.
So wait and see if the $70 one comes in stock. Buy that.
Right. Keep looking, and if you can't find anything, say, okay, well, so I paid too much for it, but at least I have the part and I've been running.
So I called back the fridge repair people, and I explained to them, hey, you came out, you did the repair, my fridge is still freezing stuff.
Yeah.
What now? And she said, well, we're going to have to send a guy out to take a look at it again. I'm like, well, the last guy that was here said that it was either the control board or the thermistor, and we already changed the thermistor, so I don't think you need to send another guy out here to determine that it's the control board. And she says, let me check with the manager, and someone will get back to you within the next day. So the next day I get a call back, and she goes, well, here's what we've determined. We've determined that the part is not in stock, and we think that the manufacturer is going to discontinue the part because we still have one on order for another customer that we've been waiting on since February.
Fuck.
Which makes me wonder, who is waiting without a fridge since February? I think these people bought a new fridge and never told the repair people to stop trying to get the part. Either that or they're giving me a line. They could be giving me a line. I don't know.
Did they pay a deposit for it?
I don't know. I probably.
But I mean, like when they showed up and they're going to come back again, do they take some money at the front?
Yes, yeah. After the initial visit, they took $150, and then I had to give them the rest of the $150 on the second after they put the thermistor in for the $300. So right. Yeah, that I don't know what's going on. That someone has paid a deposit and is still waiting for a control board since February, and they think that it's never going to come. So they said we could order the part and you can wait. Or we can refund you everything except for the initial visit. And I'm like, well, how much are you going to refund me? And they said, well, that'll be $170, which is less than Whirlpool is charging for the price. And I've already committed to being okay to spending $300 on this fridge. So I got my $170 refund. I called Whirlpool back and I said, yes, let's get that electric control board, not the gas-powered one, and gave them my $140. And I'm up $30, or I'm down to $70.
But did you get the part from them though?
Well, I just got notification today that it shipped.
Yay!
So somewhere between here and Whirlpool Parts headquarters is a control board with my name on it that may or may not fix my fridge. So
So since we're talking about refrigerator issues, I have an Electrolux, which is kind of new in the U.S. for refrigerators, but it's a deluxe model. Ice maker in the door, the whole deal. Well, the sensor in the ice maker crapped out, and it said, well, we're not a functioning refrigerator anymore. Like, that's horse shit.
Yeah.
It's just the ice maker sensor. Just tell me you can't use the ice maker and continue to run. Anyway, so it crapped out and all the food's gone bad. So I ran out to, somebody, Best Buy, I think, and bought a smaller refrigerator,
Right.
probably 7 cubic feet or something like that. I forget. A Frigidaire, very cheap, very simple. Hey, it's got a thermostat. It's got a condenser, the motor with the condenser part, and a light bulb. And so I have that in the garage to put. It's like overflow. So the stuff you need to keep, you do that. It's not big enough to keep the things in the freezer, but we can get ice blocks. In fact, I got a little ice maker to make ice to jam in the refrigerator. And that kind of got us along until we decided to get the thing, until we got it fixed.
Right.
And then when it crapped out again, we just replaced that refrigerator.
Well, and that's the thing is that now OX asks a good question. Discontinuing, is it an old fridge or something? Now, the fridge came with the house, but I believe the fridge and the stove were new appliance purchases by the flippers to sell a house that came with those appliances ready to go.
So it appeared to be new.
It appeared to be new. And I bought the house in 2018, so it's probably a 4 to 5 year old fridge. And that checks out with the refrigerator repairman who said, yeah, that's about a 4 to 5 year old fridge. And the fridge repairman said that he saw this issue on a lot of fridges of the same model about 4 years ago. So it was something that yeah, basically the flippers bought the cheapest fridge. I mean,
class action. They typically do that.
When
remember when Dale moved into that townhouse?
Right.
His dishwasher crapped out. So it goes to Home Depot and says, "Oh yeah, I need a new dishwasher." And she told the neighborhood, he says, "Oh yeah, we're delivering dishwashers to that neighborhood all the time because the contractor put in cheap crap that doesn't last very long."
And I get that because that's part of their bottom line. They're just giving you something to start with. They're just putting something in there. I mean,
I don't necessarily blame the contractor. I blame those manufacturers. Why are you making this cheap shit?
I mean, that's
an appliance should last 12 to 15 years. Period.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Well, I gotta tell you, when you think refrigerators, and when you think stoves, do you think Whirlpool? I mean, I think washing machine when I think Whirlpool. But so yeah.
Well, but those are the old days. I would not buy anything Whirlpool.
No,
it's a cheap brand.
Yeah.
Frigidaire is actually a cheap brand as well, but for a simple little refrigerator that doesn't have any bells and whistles, you'll be fine.
But I mean, fridges used to be eternal. I think there's like an old meme. I am eternal. I am the beginning and the end. I am the 1980s fridge that will never die, or something along those. Like everyone knows someone that, like when Gothard and I moved into the trailer in Maine, someone was getting a new fridge, so they gave us their old fridge because they weren't buying a new fridge to replace the old fridge. The old fridge was going to run forever. They're buying a new fridge because they want a new fridge. And there'd always
they
be
want
someone,
the features or whatever. Yeah,
and there was always someone ready to take the old fridge. And that was just, but not anymore.
So my sister-in-law had to replace her refrigerator. For detailed reasons. It wasn't that it didn't work. It's just that it was moved out of the house when she had water damage. And for 8 months, it was sitting in a storage locker full of food that rotted. And there was black mold in it. It's like,
Ooh.
you fuckers.
So-
Anyway, so she replaced it, and so we got that. Took off. Took a picture, got the model number, and said, "Okay, here's this refrigerator. It's still available, and these are the features. There's an ice maker, et cetera, et cetera." Oh, and my sister-in-law said, "Oh, well, we never hooked up that ice maker. We don't need it." So we went to Lowe's and we found an ice maker that didn't have an ice maker.
a nice
She's not going to
big
hook it up.
Yeah.
What the fuck, right?
I heard there was an interesting video. Being that I did all that DIY electric in this house and watched a lot of videos to learn that, DIY electric videos show up in my YouTube feed a lot, or my recommended feeds.
Yeah.
And there was an interesting one that I'm going to talk about, but actually I don't think I finished OX64's thing. So yeah, it's a 4 to 5 year old fridge. And yeah, they discontinued the part for 4 to 5 year old fridge. I don't know. Maybe it is supply chain issues. Maybe they will come back in stock. They've just been really behind.
Yeah.
So I find it odd too that a 5 year old fridge would have discontinued parts. But also I expect that the repair people probably were trying to steer me towards take the refund and go away because we can't help you. You know. Although the fridge repair people probably could have bought a $140 part from Whirlpool, but they probably didn't want to charge me an extra $140 on top of the $300.
Here's another thing you could do. You could buy one of those fridges, right? If the same model is available, take out the control board, use that, and then return your fridge and says this sucker doesn't work.
Maybe if it were a phone charger, but a fridge is a little heavier. So let me get to the story. The guy was talking about the worst shock he ever got working on electrical. And what happened was he was installing a water line onto a fridge. And at some point he was bracing himself on the back of the fridge and went and touched the water line to tighten up the connection. And got a nasty shock, and he immediately turned everything off, got everyone out of the house, like something's seriously wrong, get out. And here's what he found, and this is one of these cautionary tales of how some previous jackass doing a bad job, or someone doing a bad job and leaving it for someone else to inherit, could really do a lot of damage. So he found that the fridge was plugged in to a 3-prong outlet. He opened up the 3-prong outlet and found in the box it wasn't grounded. There was only a hot and neutral wire coming in. So they rigged up the 3-prong outlet without a ground. They just installed it. They just took the two, the hot neutral and attached it to a 3-prong outlet just so that they wouldn't have to deal with adapters. That was mistake number 1. Mistake number 2, you know how you have the knockout holes in the side of the boxes, and that you got to get a little clamp or something to hold the wire secure in there?
Yeah.
They didn't put a clamp to hold the wire secure.
Yeah.
And it was a metal box, and those knockout holes, they can get a little sharp. So the hot wire got nicked on the box.
Yeah.
Which energized the box. And the box attaches to the screw hole that the outlet screws to, which is attached to the ground prong, and so basically the ground got energized, and the fridge is plugged in, so everything that is grounded on the fridge is energized, including the entire back of the fridge. So the guy basically touched an energized back of the fridge, touched a grounded water pipe, and completed the damn circuit. And that was quite a fascinating video. I'm glad I clicked and watched it. And, he probably did a better job of telling the story than I did. So sorry for wasting your time. But anyways.
Right. Time that you'll never get back.
Yeah.
Of course, you're watching our show, so.
Yeah. Well, these are the people that watch us spend an hour, trolling virtual cops for amusement and running over virtual church gardeners.
Right. So the way when you're saying, okay, I'm going to have fun with the cops, what are the things that you do? You go into town and you can bang cars around. That doesn't really get them very quickly. But often what will get them quickly is start hitting pedestrians.
Yeah, that's
apparently they don't like that. Or you see a group of pedestrians, you get out of the car and you go start punching them and collecting their money, right? That also attracts the cops.
Right.
But you want to be close to your car to hop back into your car.
Yeah, harming people tends to anger the cops, or crashing into a cop car. But crashing into
and
else's
then
cars,
you see a
not so
cop car,
much.
you do that, and they're gonna be on you. That's it.
But it's funny to think back in the earlier days of 3D Grand Theft Auto, like Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City, going through a red light would get the police on you.
Now
I can't.
I go through red lights all the time.
I can't imagine playing like that. That's one of those things that makes it difficult to go backwards to the earlier games. The cops were a little more aggressive, but it's also fun, all the differences. It sometimes it takes a little adjusting or getting used to if you go back in time or play a different game. I mean, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 4 for quite a while, and as usual, I got to like near the end of the game, got stuck on the second to last mission, and just got burned out and stopped playing it. So I've still yet to actually beat Grand Theft Auto 4, but I've gotten really close to the end like twice now. So.
Oh, you mean there's actually a goal in this game?
Story mode, yeah. Well, you see, keep in mind.
Oh, in story mode.
Story mode, yes. Now, Grand Theft Auto 4, I don't know that I think Grand Theft Auto 4 did have some kind of an online mode, but I don't know if it was the same as the one we're playing.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, the Grand Theft Auto 5 online was very different when they first launched it from what it is today.
Yeah.
In
fact, I looked at older videos. It's like, this doesn't look the same.
No. Well, what's funny is I remember when they shut down the older generation's Grand Theft Auto 5 online servers, and I used to play Grand Theft Auto Online on the PS3.
Yeah.
And so I went back to that game to play it the last night that the servers were on, to basically have one last hurrah. And you don't have the casino. You don't have a lot of the extra missions. You have your sandbox world, and you have like little mission type things like skydiving, trying to get through the loop types of things, races, things like that, which those exist here too, but we never really bother with those. So yeah, it's amazing how far along Grand Theft Auto Online has come.
I do get, if it's convenient, I'll get into some of those challenges, like, how fast can you race, or how long you can go high speed or something.
Oh, those are like the announced challenges that are just in the
they'll
lobby.
just pop up on the screen and you go after them. In fact, one time I won one, not because I was good at it, but I was the only guy that was doing it.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah. Hot dang. Money.
So, yeah, but Grand Theft Auto 4 was more about the story mode and the mission. And Grand Theft Auto 5 has a story mode, but it doesn't change from playing to playing. It's the same story, the same missions, pretty much. And so that's kind of like, a one and done. Or I played the story mode in Grand Theft Auto 5 3 times now, because I played it on the PlayStation 3 and on the PlayStation 4 version, and then I did it again on the PC version. But Grand Theft Auto 4, I never finished the story mode. I got close to the end, and just the last ones were too hard. And,
well, in GTA 5, I haven't finished the first challenge where you're chasing after that other guy.
Well, you should try it again.
I keep losing. No, I'm probably better now. But
you're a much better driver now. You're more rehearsed. You're more practiced. You could probably do it.
No, and maybe at some time I will. But I'm not sure what the point is. I don't really care about story mode.
Well, it actually is an interesting story. It's
there's a story to it.
There is that. I mean, there's different missions, and you can sandbox between missions, because that's the thing, is that basically different people show up on the map, and so you could go to those points at your leisure and do whatever you want in between. So it is still a sandbox game, even in story mode, although it's not online with other players. And that was the draw. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 3 had a story mode, but you had options of which paths you could follow in which order to an extent, and you could just not pursue the. I never finished all of the Grand Theft Auto 3 missions. I don't know what because also one thing is that video games have gotten easier as time has gotten on. I think we've gotten more of the mindset of making a product that anyone that buys it can appreciate and enjoy. And on the one hand, some people like a challenge, but on the other hand, some people just want to kind of have an interactive story. And so Grand Theft Auto 5, I think, is much easier than Grand Theft Auto 3. Grand Theft Auto 3 had some really hard challenges, and you could get stuck on the same challenge for multiple days. And at some point, you're like ready to put a controller through a TV screen. Whereas Grand Theft Auto 5,
I just want to do something different, right?
Right. And
so when I got going and was practicing driving, the goal was to basically steal a car, go up into the hills, and see how it performs.
Yeah.
And crash it as many times as I can and see how much it can take.
And OX64 writes in, I just like driving cars at high speeds in GTA 5. That's about it. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that different people play the game different ways, and some people are really into. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 3 was about stealing and driving around cars, a complete mission. So cars have always been a big part of the game. You can't really play it without driving, but it was never really about racing. But Grand Theft Auto 5 really, especially with the online, a big part of it is races. Some people build racetracks. There's different races. So some people will focus it on
I haven't tried a
racing
racetrack.
in the car.
I haven't actually tried a racetrack yet. I like the high speed,
right.
But then it's also part of that whole performance package. A car can be fast. The handling can be shitty.
Right.
You twitch the steering wheel at all, and the thing spins.
And so some people
really are good hill climbers, and so some barely make it over a hill.
And you can get into customizing the car and building, buying expensive cars.
I'm just stealing standard cars.
Yeah,
at this point, yeah,
right. But some people get into building their race cars and getting into the racing and the performance and playing.
Oh, at the casino, I have 1-2 cars.
I
haven't even tried them yet.
Oh, you got to do that. They're insured, so
they're in the garage. Yeah, in fact, fixed them up. They're insured. They're whatever. I haven't customized the paint. Well, I haven't even taken it out to drive. They're just in the garage. The garage by the airport.
Yeah, I have a few cars off one, and I haven't driven them in a while. What it was is that rocket car. The reason I was first familiar with that type of car was because I won one of those on my PlayStation 4. And I was really pissed off when I found out that I couldn't transfer my PlayStation 4 stuff over to the PC version.
Sure, right.
Because I would have really liked to have. I think you used to be able to transfer stuff from PS3 to PS4, and then they shut that down years ago because the PS3 version, I think, was considered more cheatable. So you could cheat money into the PS3, transfer it to the PS4, and they didn't want that, so they shut down that connection. And this is why we can't have nice things. But then they turned that off.
It's too bad they can't let you transfer the car and then just strip out the features that aren't available in the PC version.
I don't know.
Although it'd be nice if they would tell you what that is, what those features are.
Because my PS3 version. Well, no, it's not so much features as the cheat. Like you could hack and cheat money.
Yeah.
And then you got illegitimate money that you're bringing into the PS4 game through the PS3.
Right.
Things like that.
Well, I mean that I understand you shouldn't be allowed.
I mean, there were times where I was playing the PS3 version, and someone would glitch the lobby, and everyone that was in the lobby would suddenly be whisked away to this one part of the map where it's raining money. Because that was a glitch that they could make. They could make it rain money in an area, and then they just go and accumulate all the money that's falling from the sky.
I was on this server once where I'm just walking along or driving along, and suddenly I'm zipped into this guy's apartment where he can kill me, and I can do nothing about it.
Yeah, that can happen. Well, what you could do is join a
Well,
different
we had that
lobby.
episode where we were put in cages.
Right. Someone just built cages around us. They could do that.
Yeah, I got that once.
OX6 writes in, I never made money in GTA 5. First day in, I was reigned with money and became instant millionaire.
Yeah.
Dune writes in, that's not normal.
I would not think so. Yes, after all, it's a law that the first million you make is the hardest.
I think it is normal that if you run over church volunteers and antagonize the police, that you end up getting put in a cage. I think that's normal. So
that would be normal. Yes,
I think that's
right.
That would no.
But you know, when they tell you to stop your car, get out, shut off the engine, put it in park, etc., 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 I'm not going to do that because they're just going to kill me.
I'm sorry, officer. I would totally pull over, put the car in park, and cooperate. But I haven't figured out the right button to push to do that on my controller. So
yeah. That's there you. That's it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought this button was to pull over and get out. It turns out it's the gas. And now I'm stuck on it. Sorry, officer.
So I was I had stopped in a real police station once a couple years ago, and got my name on the list, and sat in the lobby waiting for my turn. A cop came out and asked, "Oh yeah, I want Jose or whatever his name was," and said the last name that was difficult to pronounce. And the guy, said the guy's name, and the guy says, "Yeah, that's me." And did I pronounce it right? And the guy says, "Yeah." And the cop said, "Are you lying?" That was funny as hell.
That is.
Damn, that's kind of snarky of the cop.
That is.
Yeah, I'm totally lying.
So anyways, exciting news. It being summer and me, traveling to the beach, I pulled something out of the fridge. I pulled out the Super 8 camera and grabbed some of my expired Kodachrome from the fridge.
Yay!
I shot a roll of film this weekend.
At the beach.
At the beach.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I've ordered the chemicals to do the recommended reversal development method. So I'm going to try to do a reversal development for the first time with my Kodachrome, but as a black and white reversal. So we'll see if anything comes out of now the roll I shot expired in the early 80s. So that's quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, the last roll I shot that expired in the early 80s was that, one I shot of the Boston skyline from the roof of the building I work at, and that came out pretty good as a negative development. Yeah. Cool. But it's in Mama, don't take my Kodachrome away. No, they you know what? They tried to take it away, but they haven't. Kodachrome, you could still do it black and white. Actually, there is a guy that came up with a 2-hour process to develop it in color with the equipment and stuff that he has. Now, mind you, this guy's got some serious equipment and know-how. And I think he basically came up with this multi-step process that involves doing different levels of development and exposing it to different color lights. Because part of a reversal development is a second exposure where you do expose it to light and then do another development. Although I don't know how a Kodachrome traditional development would go, but you can look it up online. Kodachrome was always a complicated film to develop. That's why the studios or the labs ditched the process as it fell out of favor. But I tell you what I did buy that's going to be an interesting experiment is doing a Ektachrome development is not that hard, actually. You can buy a kit that comes with a bunch of bottles that mix up 3 different fluids. And so there's 3 different stages of doing an Ektachrome development. And I did an Ektachrome development on a new roll, but I found a few rolls of expired Ektachrome. And the guy listed 2 rolls for $15. And I find that with the Kodachrome, you're usually doing good if you can get a roll for less than $10. A lot of people are selling rolls for $20 to $25 each, although they're selling rolls that expired more recently and have been kept in fridges or freezers. I target the stuff I target the bad stuff, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
So I may as well use up the bad stuff because I'm.
I forgot. Are you Super 8 or what? Right?
Yeah, Super 8. Yeah, but one thing I'm excited about is I found another camera exactly like mine that I bought for $25. It comes with the matching camera bag. So now, I mean, $25 for a camera bag that matches my camera was worth it. But as I mentioned, my camera has a built-in light meter, and I don't know if the built-in light meter actually affects the aperture, or if it's strictly to shoot in the right light level for the settings of the camera. And the instruction booklet doesn't go into detail about that, but I know that my light meter, like the red bar that comes in to alert you that the light is too low, is permanently saying the light's too low. It never says it's good. It never says the light is too high. And I do know that a lot of my movies have come down a bit washed out, as if maybe it was trying to compensate for low light. But I also have always used expired film. So I can't even attribute it to that. But having a second camera that might have the working light meter might give me a little bit of a test to compare. Because I really bought it more for a test, not to replace this camera, because this camera is irreplaceable to me, even with the same model, because this is the camera that has shot our family movies for, generations now. So I don't even want to use a different one of the same model, even if it does work better. I want to make this one keep working.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm a nostalgia nut,
That's right. Like your old Victrola and your wax cylinder audio players.
Well, that's not nostalgia, because I'm buying that stuff for myself. I mean, the real nostalgia one is the radio next to me over here, which is the one that was my my great grandparents. I mean, that's really the only antique radio in my collection that really means anything. The rest of it's just cool because I like the technology. So I do have a level that's not nostalgic, that I still want to play with this stuff.
Yeah.
But to me, it's more meaningful to do it with the camera that shot my first birthday.
And old computers. You like old computers.
Yeah. I really wish I still
that are related to what you've used in the past.
Yeah. There is that. So we'll see. I've ordered a bunch of chemicals to do the black and white reversal process that this, the YouTube video recommended and has gotten really good results with. I don't know if I'm going to live stream that or not, because live streaming film development, I've done it. It's kind of boring. It's just watching me put chemicals in and dump chemicals out of things.
Watching grass grow and paint dry, right?
And then again, people watch this every week.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, but we had fun doing that cop chase.
The first hour, that was great. But people are still here listen to me talk about my fridge. I mean, that is that's exciting. Well, it's educational. I gotta say, what I learned from the experience of hiring a fridge repairman is that what I really should have done was spent more time on Google. I mean, because I did a little Googling, but I didn't find much right away. And I was like, dude, this is a traditional just call the serviceman and they'll know how to fix it type of thing. But then when the serviceman basically is just like, well, we would have run through a diagnostic. We think it's one of these 2 parts, and they pretty much just change out. It's like, dude, what the I could have done that. I could have done that and not paid $300. But, for me, I paid $130 to learn a little bit about fridge repair and get a a little nudge.
I mean,
in the
after
right
all, if you
direction.
did find the control board, you could replace it yourself, right?
And I did. I just found it for twice the price, which was still within the budget that I had allotted for this. Once the fridge repair guy says, well, that's
Right.
going to be $300, and then they gave me back $170. And it's like, well, in that case, I have $170 to put towards this that I had already dedicated to this. Now, what'll suck is if it's if this still doesn't fix it. That sucks because then my options
Sure.
are
So let's back up a second.
yeah.
So has this been installed yet, and when?
What, the thermistor or the control?
The new control board.
Like I said earlier, it just shipped, so
Oh yeah. Not yet, in other words.
it would be
Yes.
hard to have installed.
No, that's fine. I just
I guess I
forgot.
could have brought my fridge over there, installed it, and then have me ship the fridge.
Oh, where's the shipping from, by the way?
I don't know. Let me see if it tells me. Oh, here we go. Whirlpool shipping. Oh, tracking number is it's coming via FedEx, but FedEx doesn't have any record of the tracking number they gave me yet. So
they just announced it just recently. Then,
yeah,
today.
they just generated the tracking number, so FedEx doesn't even have that information, and this email doesn't tell me where it's coming from. So I'll probably find out.
How old is that? How old is that email?
This email is from 2 hours ago.
Yeah, they could have it now.
Well, I still had the tab open and I hit the refresh button and it still came up with
Oh, okay.
no record. So yeah, I checked.
Bummer.
But now Brian was thinking of Moore's Mutual is what he was thinking. So earlier when I said it's being delivered, he thought that like someone came and installed it while we were talking, because that's how things work in Grand Theft Auto.
That's right.
If this were Grand Theft Auto, the fridge would have rematerialized in my kitchen by
Absolutely.
now. When I had my fridge guy go and pick it up from the Moore's
Right.
Mutual.
You know what the downside is?
What's that?
There's no butt crack.
Some would say it's an upside. You know, I gotta say, there are some cuts of bikinis these days that leave very little to the imagination. Yeah, no, I gotta say, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm standing on the beach, and my uncle made some kind of comment like, there's a half moon straight ahead, and yeah, there was.
And he's not talking about the thing that orbits the Earth.
No, he was not talking about the tide charts and the moon's position relative to the tide.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I'm trying to pretend I'm not looking at it right now.
Exactly.
Because no one wants to be caught staring at the ass, you know? Just kind of do the little side glance, you know? Anyways.
Hey, some people want that to be illegal again.
What? Wearing bathing suits or
wearing the skimpy bathing suits?
X60 writes it, don't get caught watching Eclipse. What was that? Wasn't that Seinfeld episode where Jerry nudges George for the cleavage and George basically gets caught staring at the TV executive's teenage daughter's cleavage?
Oops.
Which results in him passing on their show. Like the guy gets over is like, hey, get a good enough look there? Like, hey, that's my daughter. Like, don't do that. Not cool. It's like staring into the sun.
Right. It's like deer in the headlights.
Deer in the headlights. There you go.
That's all it is. Deer in the headlights.
But
can you believe the second hour is almost up?
Wow, yeah. So, anyways, I don't know. I'm gonna develop film when I get all the chemicals in. Although some of the chemicals are not coming in for next week, so it's probably gonna be 2 weeks before I have anything to show anyway.
Sure, and then we can get an update on your refrigerator story.
Yeah, next week.
So one last update you owe us. So how did that COVID go?
Which COVID?
Well, you had COVID a few weeks ago.
Well, that was a while ago. I've been over that for a while.
I know. But was there a test that cleared you then?
Yeah, I just kept taking a test every few days until and then I
Is
tested
this the home test,
negative.
or did you go to a clinic to get the
No,
test?
I only ever did the home test. So,
Okay.
and I was really this is the thing that concerns me because in fact my throat still tickles me a little every now and then, and I'm not sure if that's still a
Yeah.
lingering symptom that just I got that aggravated.
Well, you test
or-
negative, right?
Or I don't know if it's the wedding cake gelato marijuana
That could be
vape
it. In fact,
that I bought.
like to me, caramel, certain caramel flavorings can do that to me.
Well, this is stuff that you inhale, so
Well, different part of the throat.
I did a little inhaling for a week or so afterwards, and that may have but I stopped that, and my throat's still irritated every now and then. But once I tested negative, basically I checked with work, and they said your symptoms are mostly gone. I mean, your symptoms cleared up. You've been testing negative. This time passed. You're fine. Come on in.
So tomorrow I have a meeting with a bunch of old guys. This is my standard Tuesday meeting. And one of the guys got COVID last week. So
Okay.
we're going to have to check that out, see what it is.
Hmm.
And this guy's in his mid 80s, I think. So
Well-
yeah, that could be because he's been vaccinated, so he's probably okay. I'm just wondering how many symptoms he had, because some people have very little symptoms.
Well,
They just test positive.
at this point, I've had two occurrences recently where I've gone in the office, and a few days later I get an email letting me know that someone else that was in the office at the same time with me tested positive. So this return to the office is, the reality is we're all rubbing elbows with sick people. From
So,
time to time.
how often do you do the test kit, and do you get extra test kits?
I do have a bunch of test kits. I have the second free batch, courtesy of the U.S. government.
Yeah.
I think I'm eligible for a third batch. I also
All
bought
right.
a bunch because I ran
Yeah.
out before the second batch came in, so I
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
buy a bunch to supplement during that time.
So they're talking about this new medication you could get. You get COVID, you take it right away, and it's gone fairly quickly.
Right.
I know of a person that had COVID, got that medication, and it was gone the next day.
Yeah. Well,
So
apparently
it does work very fast.
Well, I gotta say, the problem is now I didn't call anyone because I have no health risks, and they basically say to only call if you have a health risk, and so I just waited.
Well,
it out.
and that's the thing is that this person that had it, I don't
Yeah.
know what their health risk was. They just
But
got it, got over it, and it was done.
But I gotta tell you, I gotta lead by example because my wife got it, and she wouldn't call her doctor, and then she got, she just got the normal level of sickness. But when
Yeah.
the symptoms got worse, she's like, I should have called the doctor, but it's too late now. And so I'm like, well, you know what? I sat here and dealt with the symptoms and then called the doctor. And technically I qualify as obese, although I don't really want to consider that a real health risk because I don't think I'm morbidly obese or any more obese than the average.
Well,
obese
let the
person.
doctor make that decision for you.
So
That's
I
all.
think I'm going to follow
That's
my
all.
own.
That's all I would do. Let the doctor make the decision.
So next time I'm like, that's it. I'm going to do what I recommend others do. I'm going to call the doctor next time. And
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
And we'll both call the doctor next time.
Yeah. Way to go. Way to go.
Alex writes in, is that the same medication Biden took? Probably, because that's what everyone's talking about these days. In fact, like I said, when I got sick, one of the doctors I work with immediately told me about that and said, check with your doctor. Here's a website. I want you to read this. And then that evening, your wife got on the phone, and which was very touching that she would reach out and help us with that. And
Cool.
and of course I said, yeah, okay. And then didn't do it, but I'm not really in the group, but I probably
Let
should
me
have.
ask you a dumb question.
Okay.
How much does that medication cost?
I don't know. It wasn't about that. You know what I was thinking about?
Sure, that's fine.
I was thinking about resources and needs. as a society, because if the resources were there to hand it out to everyone, they wouldn't be saying to only give it to people that are in risk groups. And so I'm like, you know what?
Well,
I'm
and
not
that's
a
what
risk
I
group.
would say.
I'm
I would
opting
look at
out.
what are the risk groups that are talking about
Right.
specifically.
But
And
I
you
think
go,
it's a pretty broad range, though. Like I said, I
yeah,
could
or
probably-
let me ask you this: how much sick days have you used up this year
none.
because of COVID?
None. I worked from home.
So you were still on the job, as it were.
Yeah, and here's the thing:
Yeah.
I could have taken sick days, but I really, you know what? If I'm well enough to get up and do stuff, I'll do it. You know, I'd rather work. In fact, I mean, I used to be a guy that would go into the office when I have a cold, because I'm not going to let. I just get the.
Well, who hasn't? I mean, most of them, my colds I got from work.
Yeah, of course. Now I think I'm going to be that guy that doesn't. But then again, I work in a job that I can work remotely. So and I work in a job where I do still continue to work remotely most of the time. I only go in once or twice a week. So
Yeah.
it's going. I have a cold.
And you go there even though somebody else has COVID.
Well, I don't find out till afterwards.
Yeah, right. I know. That was just kidding. It was bad timing. That's all.
No, well, no, I got to go in Thursday because I love this. Let's see if any of you like this story and hang out for it, and then we'll wrap up.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of new conference room equipment put in. To update the conference rooms and make it more modern, which, mind you, I don't think there was anything wrong with the conference room equipment that was in these rooms, and I really don't think it's much of an upgrade, but that's...
Is this like video conference stuff?
Right. They wanted
Maybe they just needed a new system for compatibility with other sites.
Well, the thing is that our conferencing room equipment was still primarily relying on voice phone to dial in, and they didn't have cameras in the rooms. So it was basically the rooms were good for hosting in-person meetings, which we were an office that people were in the office most of the time. It was, rare or a low percentage of people that would need to dial in, and those people could just deal with not having a camera showing, because what do we need cameras for when the majority of people are on site? But now that we're all remote, everyone's like, well, how are they going to see me? How am I going to see them? I'm like, do you all really need to see each other? You can screen share and look at your agenda and your slides.
Now, do they usually use Zoom, or do they use something else?
Zoom. Teams. We're mostly a Microsoft Teams.
Microsoft Teams, yeah.
Right.
Same, only different.
So they want to get equipment in that would tie in and work with Teams and blah blah blah. Which I'm like, dude, put a webcam on a tripod and connect it to a computer. I mean, it's not that hard. But okay. So last Thursday, I go in the office because they scheduled conference room training for us to learn how to use it so we can train others. So I'm there, and I have a coworker that's in there too, that all her job is training. She reports up to HR and IT, and she's responsible for making training guides, providing training materials, and running training sessions. So I'm like, this is great. She'll come in and she'll make the training guide, and all I have to do is answer questions and fix it when people are panicking. So the guy starts by doing the same thing that I would do. That's my downfall. Instead of explaining how to run a meeting, he explained the 20 million different ways you can use all this equipment to try to figure out how to run your meeting. He's like, well, we got the wireless video sharing. There's a IP address and a password on the screen here. You put that in and run a little app, and then you screen. But if you can't do that, then you got the cable on the table here with the different adapters to connect to your different video ports here. And then, so he didn't really, he explained it all. And then people started asking, well, what about this? Well, what about with this and that? And do we need to do this with that? Or does,
so if that setup is all done, how do I actually use it, right?
Right. Because he's explaining all the different ways, and then people are asking, well, what's the right way? And it's like, depends what you need to do. Depends what you want to do. So I'm just sitting there watching this chaos and confusion break out, face palming to myself. Like, damn it, you only booked a half hour for this, and you're going to need 90 minutes. And I'm like, I don't need this training. I know how to do all this stuff. But I think the highlight of the meeting was when someone in the room asked, could we just do away with the wireless video sharing and just get rid of that information off the screen and just set it up so people just use the cables, because having more than one way to do the same thing is just going to be confusing. And the guy hesitated and said, yeah, we could do that, but you specifically asked for this feature and paid a lot extra for us to put it in there. So it doesn't really make sense for us to disable it. And I basically said, we can review that later. We can figure that out later. Let's move on with the training here. Like, let's not close this off right away.
Let's not dwell on silliness, right?
So we all had meetings we had to run off to before this thing finished. And I basically ended up ducking out early while they were still going on, and someone else had to leave early. So that I made sure to swing by the trainer's desk later that day and go, hey, what day you in next week? Because we need to get in a conference room and figure out how to make a guide for this that's not going to confuse everyone. And she was like, oh, thank you. Yes, I'm in Thursday. I'm like, okay, Thursday's my day. So I'm going in this Thursday to bang out some training in the conference room with the trainer and figure. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make two guides. We're going to make the quick run a meeting guide, which is basically if you need to come in this room and run a meeting, do these exact steps. And then we're going to have the more involved guide, which is here's how all the equipment works, in case you want to understand how to use all this stuff in all of its different ways.
Right.
So, OX64 writes in.
Page 1 is called the IT guy, right?
OX64 writes in, they won't never know how to use it. They always tear our shit up where I work. There's, and that's.
Yeah.
You know what? Also, different companies have different expectations and mindsets. Because, like, when I worked at Enernoc, that was something that we really tried hard to shift. They basically there was a mindset of if you need to run a meeting, you need to schedule time with the IT people so that they'll be able to come in and help you set it up. It was expected that we would run their meeting. Like, we would start getting invited to dress rehearsals to make sure that we could set up the meeting and make sure the equipment works, and then be there to set up for the real meeting. Like, it was ridiculous, the level that they went to with this. And then I came to this job, and no one expects IT to drop everything and go set up a conference room. Now, mind you, when I started this job, it was just projectors and screens and a dial-in speakerphone in the middle of the table, and majority of the meeting being on site. But there's just not that mentality that IT runs the meeting. The mentality is IT is there if something goes wrong. So people here do want to learn and own the process. Most of them do. But this is new equipment, and we need to find a way to train this right. OX0 writes in, they don't even know how to mute their damn phones during a Zoom call. Every company's got some of those. Anyways, we do need to...
Okay, one funny thing. So it was in an IT meeting at Tharco.
Okay.
And there was just the lead help desk person presenting some topic, right?
Okay.
And on her screen was a pop-up reminder with the simple word pump.
Ah, so she needed to get some milk.
That was hilarious. Flowing. Yes, that was hilarious.
Oh, it looks like VJ Television is live. Should we raid VJ Television?
Sure.
Do you know what VJ Television is?
No.
It's a visual arts channel that came to Dune's attention when it had a slideshow of close-ups of lady bits, which was interesting.
Is that legal in this place, or the way they do it is kind of?
I don't think it is, and I don't know how they got away with it. But we're not going to raid that. But I do approve.
Okay, all right.
I do approve of the content, but it was artistic. It was done to a nice music. It set a nice ambiance. Actually, they're showing someone running some kind of video DJing thing. There's a lot of interest. It's actually not a bad channel to check out and watch and follow. I'm pretty sure it was VJ Television that was running the Lady Bit slideshow, if I recall correctly. anyways, we do. Oh, well, we could also mute that. We do try to be educational here on.
Insert title here.
And I know, I think we've all learned a little bit here. And Brian, what have you learned this week?
If you want more cars, cop cars to chase you, get in with another player.
And I also learned that we can recruit new listeners to the show by turning on the microphone to address all people in the lobbies.
Yes.
And promote our channel. So
might as well. It's exactly that's what I thought. Like, if we could talk to this guy, tell him about our show.
Yeah, and I think we gained 3 listeners for about 5 minutes, and then I started talking about my fridge. So, anyways, let's see who can we rate? Who is live right now? Oh, you know who's live right now that I don't think we've rated before? Who's an old standard here on Twitch? I just got to see what he's doing right now live, but I think we're going to rate him. He's an old standard. He's been live streaming on Twitch since before I was watching Twitch. And he's one of these guys that always shows up. And I just got to do this if for anything, just to show Brian one of these staples of a guy who's been streaming on Twitch for forever. And that'd be the accordion guy, Moz.
The accordion guy, that's a new one for me.
Oh, yes. He actually has a second channel that just reruns shows 24/7. So you can always see accordion if you want to see accordion. So I think we need to go ahead and we need to raid Moz. Because, he has been doing this.
Because we like music.
We like music. We like accordion.
You know, my dad played the accordion, I think, in high school.
Ah. Was he good?
You know what? He didn't have the instrument anymore. I never heard him play.
He's got some
And my mom said he can't play the piano because he played the accordion, because the accordion, you're only playing with the right hand. He never learned how to picked up the left hand skills.
This accordion's got some kind of electronic component to it. But he's playing.
That sounds more like a saxophone.
Yeah, he must got some synth a synth squeeze box or something. But this is cool, and he's got Summertime going. All right, we are gonna go raid.
And I like that tune. That's a good tune. I've played that with my band.
Yeah,
my former band.
All right, we're gonna go check it out, and we're gonna raid Moz. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back next week. You all have a good night.
Have a listen in.
There it is.
Oh, look at that guy.
Yeah. Oh, and OX64 learned this week that there's a sex-depraved woman in GTA and where she lives. Yes, that's true.
Oh.
Yeah, I was at that house. That's in story mode, that there's like a sex crazed woman that
that's on story mode. Oh.
But the house exists in both maps, so but I was hanging out at that house and I was talking about her. I'll show you something.
Right.
All right. Well, I'll catch you later.
All right.
Night.
Have a great week.
You too.